Saymoukda Vongsay. Saymoukda Duangphouxay Vongsay is a Minnesota-based Lao American spoken word poet, playwright, and community activist. She was born in 1981, a refugee camp in Nongkhai, Thailand. She received her BA in English from the University of Minnesota Morris. She is currently pursuing a Master in Liberal Studies focused on public policy and arts and cultural leadership at the University of Minnesota. Poetry and writing. Vongsay's award-winning poem, When Everything Was Everything, is taught by language arts educators in the St. Paul Public Schools curriculum. She is the author of No Regrets, a chapbook collection of poetry, and haikus published by Baby Rabbit Publishing in 2007. Her writings can be found in the Hmong Women Write Now anthology, Poetry City USA Vol. 4. Lao American Speculative Anthology, Lessons for Our Time, and the Asian American Literary Review. Additional work has been published by Ultra Magazine, Journal of Southeast Asian American Education and Advancement, St. Paul Almanac, Lao American Magazine, Hmong Today, and Baka Literary Journal. In 2010, Vongsay was the recipient of the inaugural Alfred C. Carey Prize in Spoken Word Poetry. She has received scholarships from the Loft Literary Center MN/Prose Seminar, the Joyce Foundation/Alliance of Artist Communities IL/Arts Administration, the Asian Economic Development Association MN/Advocacy, and the Southeast Asia Resource Action Center DC/Public Policy. She has lent her experience in literary arts, programming, and community engagement to organizations such as the Smithsonian Institution DC, the Southeast Asian Resource and Action Center DC, Legacies of War DC Mines Advisory Group, Lao Assistance Center of Minnesota, the MN Historical Society, Paj and Taub Voice Literary Journal, and the Traditional Arts and Ethnology Center in Luang Prabang, Laos. Vongsay has performed and taught creative writing workshops across the United States and internationally in Italy and Japan. In her decade of experience as a spoken word poet, she has grown tremendously by learning from and having shared the stage with Danny Solis, Laura Peace Kelly, Blitz the Ambassador, Doomtree, Bao Phi, David Mura, Kelly Tsai, Rajai Kabako. Other notable readings she has organized include Loud and Clear 2004 at the Loft Literary Center and Operation Gynocracy 2010 at the Black Dog Cafe. She was a co-chair of the first Lao American Writers Summit in Minnesota in 2010 and actively supports the work of Lao women writers and artists to celebrate heritage, diversity, and community development. She has also served as a regular contributor to NPR weekly podcast The Interpreters. Theater, art, and film. Vongsay's plays have been presented by Mu Performing Arts, the Unit Collective, Minnesota Fringe Festival, the Playwrights Center, and the Consortium of Asian American Theater Artists. Vongsay wrote and performed Hmong Lao Friendship Play/Lao Hmong Friendship Play with Mei Li Yang in 2015. Vongsay's critically acclaimed play Kung Fu Zombies vs. Cannibals was described as a groundbreaking hip-hop martial arts epic by Asian American Press and was named Best Production of 2013 by Eletoile magazine. Yellowtail Sashimi was part of the 2010 MN Fringe Festival. Vongsay is a 2011 Jerome Foundation/Mu Performing Arts New Ice Theater Fellow, has received a grant fellowship from the Minnesota State Arts Board's Folk and Traditional Arts to study traditional Lao storytelling, and is a co-founding member of the Unit Collective of Emerging Playwrights of Color. In 2012, she joined the board of directors for Intermedia Arts and the Asian Pacific Endowment Fund of the St. Paul Foundation. Vongsay was an advisory board member of the 2010 MPLS Asian Film Festival, which was presented by the Film Society/Minnesota Film Arts. She was a featured artist for the Sulu series in Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and New York, a three-city monthly showcase of emerging and established Asian American artists founded by Teo Na. Community engagement. Vongsay has worked as a programs coordinator and consultant on community-based projects, research analysis, grant writing, program planning and evaluation, and community assessment. She has previously worked with the Anchorage Urban League of Young Professionals, lecturing and performing at local high schools and at the university level to urge voter registration and civic engagement, and she also served as liaison between local government and the Southeast Asian community regarding public policy in Alaska. Vongsay is chair of the Twin Cities World Refugee Day Festival Planning Committee, is a Compass and East Side Arts Council teaching artist, and serves on the board of directors for Intermedia Arts, St. Paul Almanac, and Ananya Dance Theater. Vongsay has been recognized as a 2011 change maker by Intermedia Arts and the Office of Governor Dayton for her work in the community and her contributions and leadership in the state's Lao arts movement. In 2011, she joined the Council on Asian Pacific Minnesotans as the cultural coordinator, where she oversaw funding from the 2008 Legacy Act to benefit Asian Pacific cultural initiatives in the state.